For many puzzle lovers, especially younger ones, it can be difficult to imagine a world without the massively, globally popular Sudoku. Ancient Chinese magic squares, once used both in mathematics and cosmic divination, are perhaps the oldest and most distant relative of the modern Sudoku. Numbers are arranged in a grid, and those appearing in every row and column must add to the same sum. Eventually, this gave rise to the Latin square, which has the added constraint that every digit used needs to appear once and only once in each row and column. French newspapers in the late 1800s published weekly Latin square puzzles of different variations, and sometimes they came very close to being a proper classic Sudoku. But it wasn't until May of 1979, in issue 16 of Pencil Puzzles and Word Games, that Dell magazines printed the world's first ever Sudoku puzzle as we know it today. Back then it was called Number Place, while the name Sudoku, which literally translates to single number, came later in the mid-80s, when Japanese publishers Nikoli rebranded Dell's puzzle for their own magazine. Issue 16 of Dell's magazine actually printed two Sudoku puzzles side by side, so one could argue they're tied for being history's first ever Sudoku puzzle. But seeing as how we usually work through a book from left to right, and the two puzzles are even numbered 1 and 2, I think the one on the left here deserves the crown. This is classic Sudoku. Every digit from 1 to 9 must appear in each row, column, and 3x3 box. The Sudoku software I use rates its difficulty as very easy, which makes sense since it was the first time anyone had published one. It has 36 given digits, which is more than twice as many as the minimum 17 a Sudoku needs to be solvable, if those 17 are placed correctly. The magazine even gave the readers some hints to help them start, but I've excluded those here. Pause the video now to solve the puzzle yourself. You can find a link in the description of this video that'll take you to F-Puzzles, a user-friendly website where you can solve it on your computer. Now, before I reveal the complete solution, I want to go ahead and show the hints that are given in the magazine. I'm not sure they're all that helpful, but maybe they will be for some of you. The cells with gray circles have the digits 4, 6, 7, and 8 in some order. Alright, if this might help you, go ahead and pause the video again here to try to solve it. Otherwise, skip ahead to the solution. And here's the full solution. There's really nothing tricky about it. There's no Star Wars ships or sea creatures or anything like that. To be honest, I'm not all that good at classic Sudoku, and I was able to solve it in just a few minutes. So unless you're very new to solving them, I'm sure you didn't have too much difficulty either. And if you did, well, just keep practicing and you'll get better. As a bonus, I put a link in the description so you can solve the second Sudoku that was printed alongside this one too. Hope you all enjoyed this video, thanks so much for watching, and until next time, happy puzzling.